Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about what narcissistic people truly think. Now, although we can never actually get into somebody else's head to work out what they are genuinely thinking, we can reflect on their behaviour and look at the criteria behind the disorder to have an idea of where their thinking is coming from. As often when we can understand other people, we can understand why people are behaving in the manners in which they do and recognise that not everything is our fault, as a narcissistic person would like you to believe it is. We do have to take responsibility for our own behaviour. However, it's those who take responsibility for their own behaviour that often fall victim towards a narcissistic person, because a narcissistic person will use that quality within another to get away with everything they are doing. And that's one thing a narcissistic person thinks. It's not, perhaps I shouldn't do this, or maybe this might be bad for me. They just go right ahead and do as they please, and then if they get caught out on something, they think, how can I get away with this? Because narcissistic people, their criteria, they believe they are special. They believe they're deserving of that special attention. They believe they're entitled to do as they please, and they lack the empathy to care for who it affects. So they can be prone to taking risks, and they take the risk and they get the enjoyment out of the risk, and they're not worried about the consequences. They're worried about what other people might think of them. So only if they get found out on their behaviour do they suddenly start to think, well, how can I get away with this? Which is why many a narcissist will shift the blame. It's never their fault. It's always somebody else's fault. Somebody else made them do it. Look what you made me do. Well, if you'd have paid me more attention. They're looking to pass the blame onto somebody else so they can get away with their behaviour. They look to gaslight your reality. That never happened. I never said that. That wasn't me. I don't even know that. They look to alter your beliefs so that they can get away with their behaviour. They look to minimalise. It wasn't that bad. It doesn't happen very often. Do you not think you're overreacting? Or they look to justify, well, everyone else is doing it. Well, at least I'm not like so-and-so that's doing this every night. They go all out to get away with whatever it is they're doing that is wrong. And it's not because they care about you or care about hurting your feelings. If they cared about you, they wouldn't be doing things that they're doing that are hurting you. Another thing that a narcissistic person thinks is, I care about how other people see me. They don't care for other people. They care about other people's perceptions of them, which is why they put on that admiration face, why they change who they are depending on who they are around, why they are willing to impress a stranger, why they're willing to distort reality, why they're willing to gaslight people, is because they care about another person's perception of themselves. Many a narcissist can hold in their rage and their anger if there's potential witnesses that might look poorly on that narcissist. Now, the narcissist doesn't see their behaviour as being wrong. They see the person's perception of their behaviour as in the wrong. However, they are willing to adapt, to be liked, to sell people an illusion so that they can get away with the things they're doing to others. Another thing that a narcissist thinks is, what's in it for me? Before a narcissistic person does anything, there has got to be something in it for themselves. They will only do for another person if it rewards the narcissist in some way, even if it just makes the narcissistic person look good. they will do for another person if they know there is something in it for themselves. They are incredibly self-entitled people. They care what other people think of them, the perception, from a perception point of view, because they need others to think of them in a certain way, to get other people to do something for the narcissist that the narcissist usually can't be bothered to do for themselves. Narcissistic people believe they are special, therefore they believe the world should revolve around them, and if people look upon them poorly, they believe the other person to be at fault. They don't see reason why they need to change. They believe that the other people, those people around them, should change to suit the narcissist. I'm right, you're wrong. Narcissistic people are incredibly arrogant people. They can have the confidence, they lack the ability, they are unwilling to recognise their own inadequacies, they just look to gaslight people into not seeing what the narcissist has messed up this time. They look to see how they can get away with what they've messed up this time. That's why when you try and approach a narcissist about something, you might have facts and evidence, and they're just going to shut down the conversation. They're going to throw those accusations claiming that you're the one that's causing an argument, or they might just shut down the conversation. They're looking to have that last word, so they might just turn around and say, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot you were perfect. So as you recognise you're not perfect, you end up explaining and justifying yourself to them, and they can then just sit back and listen to all your imperfections, and then use those imperfections against you in the argument to put you down, to make you feel stupid. Because a narcissistic person, if they're proven to be in the wrong, this causes a narcissistic injury, and as they believe they are right, they're going to go all out to make you feel like you're in the wrong in some way so they can feel right. They might come at you with the word salad. They might start bringing third people into the conversation, even they think, even they know, or they could just simply fall silent on you. Another thing they think is, I'm better than you. That belief they are special. They believe they are better than those around them. This might be down to the fact that they manipulate people so well, and that getting one over on somebody makes them feel good because they lack the empathy to care, so they believe they're better than others due to their ability to be so cruel and manipulative towards people. This is why a narcissist will just turn around and say, you're nothing without me. They actually genuinely believe that. And when you are something without them, they often seek to sabotage it or find a way to take the credit. Well, if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't be. Narcissistic people believe they are better than others. It's not fair. It's another thing a narcissistic person thinks. They think that life isn't fair. They think that they've had the raw end of the deal. They think that other people are privileged, that other people have all the luck. They are incredibly envious people that seek to pull other people down. They lack the empathy to see the hard work somebody else has put in, or to see the suffering somebody else has been or is going through. They are very woe is me people. And as much as can be said that, yeah, sometimes life isn't fair, narcissistic people take it personally, which is often why they feel that resentment and seek to punish others and seek to make life unfair for others, because they don't recognise that life's hard enough for everybody. They just believe they're the only hard done to person in the world. Narcissistic people think, how dare you, when you stand up to them, when you don't give them the attention, when you go and see that friend that you'd promised to go and meet, and the narcissist can't believe that you're not willing to drop everything for them, when you call them out on their behaviour, when you prove that something that they have done is wrong when you prove them wrong because they believe they're always right. They're just going to think, well, how dare you? And this is often when they're going to seek to, again, try to gaslight you or guilt trip you or pity play with you or make you feel bad in some way, accuse you of being awkward and selfish and stubborn. They might seek to punish you in some way. They might fall silent on you. They might sulk at you because they genuinely think, how dare you go against me? How dare you not do what I want you to do? And another thing that a narcissistic person probably thinks and believes within themselves is, well, that's not my fault. Narcissists don't take responsibility. They don't take responsibility for the little things. They don't take responsibility for the big things. Instead, they find a scapegoat to pin the blame on. They shift the blame onto somebody else. Well, if you hadn't, you made me. It's not my fault. They genuinely believe it's not their fault. They genuinely believe if you hadn't, they wouldn't. Whereas somebody can react and react badly towards a narcissistic person, it takes a lot of changing their internal beliefs from that their reactions were in the wrong to their reactions were provoked by somebody. And as much as their reactions were in the wrong, and yes, we need to recognise this, we also need to recognise that they were provoked. A narcissistic person just believes that everybody provokes them because they are so amazing. Therefore, any reaction from the narcissist is the other person's fault. People find it difficult to recognise that a narcissist's mistreatment of them is not their fault. That's the narcissist's behaviour. Narcissistic people condition you to take the blame for absolutely everything, to the point where you find yourself apologising for absolutely anything because they've conditioned you to blame yourself for everything that goes wrong in the narcissist's life, because to a narcissist, it's not their fault. And no matter how much you try to show them that potentially if they just change their behaviour, life might work out a little bit better for them, they're not going to believe you, because to them it's not their fault. Anything you think a narcissist thinks, please add those into the comments for those reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support of the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.